Hey, this is Warhammer Sean. A few of you guys have requested some of my older models, and I have a few Revenant Titans, the old armor cast. You can see they haven't been used for a while, so for a while wasn't playing a lot of Apocalypse games, but I guess they can be used now in Escalation. I just haven't really played them that much. As far as other Titans I do have a couple Phantom Titans, and I do have, for one of the Phantom Titans, a Warlock head so I can make it into a Warlock Titan, which doesn't exist anymore, but it did. I also have a fist to convert the one of the hands if I want to. As far as other Armorcast stuff, I probably should have left some of them, but I didn't. I changed all of them to kind of fit the Wraith Knight because I don't see the Accident Knight Titan coming back. So I changed one to be a Knight Titan with the Sun Cannon and shield, which is actually his arm. His arm was a sword. And then the Scatter Laser, which used to be 6 shots, was facing upwards, but I faced it forwards because everything was kind of posed upwards with him. I've changed the pose on these guys too to have them fit the other Knight Titans, or Wraith Knights, sorry. One with the blah blah blah. I'm blanking the name, sorry. The Strength 6 AP2 gun, 2-shot, and shield and sword, and then one's kicking in basically into a pieces of a Chaos vehicle, and one's kicking in a Rhino. And then I do have a couple of the old scatter lasers there that I'm going to replace from this older scatter laser that came from a weapon platform. I actually found one use for a Hellbrute, which, you know, is staring down the barrels of a D cannon. Let's see. As far as Dark Eldar go, I got an old vehicle here and some old homunculi. I think the newer ones look a little better now. An old witch and some really old incubi that looked a lot like Eldar Aspect Warriors. This guy even has a cloak. That's the head guy. And some old metal witches and some non-metal witches, but some metal witches painted up and really modified because I think they kind of needed it. And I even have quite a few of the metal ones. Too bad they won't see the table right now. Alright, let's see. As far as other Eldar stuff, well, there used to be a, this is my first kind of Phantom Dreadnought or Wraith Lord that had the Wraith, the Spirit Stone inside. That's why I had the small head. And then we had all these other guys that had the guy inside that had the bigger head. So you can see I have a metric crap ton of these guys, as well as some non. And then we have the lawn chairs here. We have the basically the war walkers. I tried to give this squad all the old scatter lasers that I could kind of copy, because they didn't come with both scatter lasers. You just basically got what it came with. There wasn't bits training and stuff back then, so mine had a scatter laser and a las cannon, because that's back then they had las cannon. You see some of the newer war walkers now. And another one with missile launchers. Alright, and then some old stuff converted. I have Avatar pre-plastic, I guess, and then I took one of my old Harlequin jet bikes and put Wraithlord back bits on the back of it to make it look a little better. This is my Mantle of the Laughing God guy, and this is my Seer Council. All the metal ones are kind of converted from Wraithlord bits to make them into the Seer Council. But it's there. So some of them are metal, some are plastic. I have some more of the metal Harlequin bikes. I don't have them ready to go right now because I stripped them down. I'll be right back. I'll show you some other stuff. Okay, so some more Eldar stuff. I have an armor cast Scorpion here, which they've kind of done again, but you can see Forge World models, copyright 1995, Games Workshop Ltd. That's before they had any vehicles. They had armor cast do them. And this is the first wave Serpents. And if you look at the Epic, that's what they look like, an Epic. I magnetized these to have the guns on them, but that's what they look like normally. And their shield, had a shuriken cannon there, and that's how they shot. So, and then this is the skimmer. It was an open-topped. It was a Swooping Hawk before Swooping Hawks existed, and it was an open-top skimmer. It had special rules, and if you rolled a 6 when it was going to crash, it killed everybody inside. It could hold 10 occupants. So, yeah, they don't even make this anymore, and they don't even make a model comparable. So that's some more Eldar stuff. Hey guys, I forgot to show you, I have a really old Avatar, the very first Avatar of Cain that they came out with, which was too small. Here's like a sister to compare, so about the same height. So he was supposed to be 1.5 times as tall as Eldar's little cape I had in the back. But this one was too small, and then the newer Avatar is kind of too big compared to the old fluff. But I wanted to show I had a really old Avatar of Cain. When they first came out with the model, it was pretty amazing because they didn't have anything. It was kind of a disappointment because he was so small. So another, and yes, this is a GW model, and yes, this model is flipping the bird, but that's the way it used to be. These are metal blue horrors. They used to have blue and pink horrors. So what I did for the last edition is I had, because 2 blue horrors made a pink horror, I made bases with the blue horrors, and I just put 2 of them on it to represent the pink horror, because there's 2. But they don't make the blue horrors kind of instantly affect stuff now, so it doesn't work quite the same way anymore. I have an old Juggernaut of Khorne. I've got some new ones too, and quite a few of the old bases on the squares. An old Tzeentch guy on a jet, or well, basically like a little flyer. Alright, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Some of the old flesh hounds, I kind of put them onto bike bases just so they fit 40K a little better. And these are actually modified, like I think they're undead or vampire count hounds that I kind of converted to be. I ran them for myself and another team member, and I ran them in a team tournament for Adepticon when the new codex came out, so we ran a whole bunch of flesh hounds, so that's why I've got so many of them. Other old models, I got a really old Whirlwind when you had to kind of convert them, and a really old Land Raider. It's old of my old a couple of my old tanks into basically looted wagons. This is an old Predator. An old Predator that has been changed into a looted wagon. So, and then I have a very old battle wagon that I a lot of times now use as a truck, because, well, they don't really look like battle wagons anymore. I actually took a Gorka Morka truck and kind of put a top on it to make it more truck-like. So I have a couple trucks like that, and I have back when before. Sorry, this is not going in focus here. Back when they didn't make all the vehicles, they gave you patterns in White Dwarf to make your own vehicles. So this was one that I made out of like a pop case and a paint top, and made it into a vehicle for the orcs. Yeah, I saw most of my Harlequin stuff. I kind of head out. I'm doing some of my Harlequin videos. So that's most of my old Harlequins. I'm working on some of the newer ones. So I have quite a bit of old orc stuff, but here's one. The old Killicans or dreadnoughts. The old fluff was that no orc would get them subject themselves to a pain boy to be shoved into a dreadnought. So it was always grots that went in here. So this was the original Killican, but it was a dreadnought. I stripped him down, but this is the old original Ghazghkull Thraka before he lost his arm to Yarick and had a power claw put on. I have Makiri too. I can't seem to find him right this second, but and then I also have a lot of old orcs that the orcs are from the original Rogue Trader. I'll see if I can dig them up quick. Are about the size of what the current grots are, so they don't really fit. So it's hard to use some of the old models in the newer games because the new models are so much bigger than the old ones. So this is the original Rogue Trader box. I stripped them because my painting back then in high school was pretty bad, so they're stripped down. But you can see that they're the same size as the current grots. So they wouldn't work too well in today's games, but they weren't, you know, they didn't have a lot of change. This was a knob. At the time it wasn't a knob, he was a lieutenant or a captain because everything had the same rankings and stuff like that, but that was one of your commanders in your box who didn't have a claw. They didn't have claws at the time, but they had bolters and close combat weapons. But that's the original Rogue Trader stuff, but like I said, it's pretty tiny compared to the current stuff. So that's most of my old stuff. I have a few really old Tyrannid stuff too, but I've gotten rid of most of that, unfortunately, just because I didn't like the way the old Nids looked. I do have a Zote I'll have to dig out and show you guys that doesn't even exist anymore, the Zotes, but that's my old mono collection. Hopefully that was fun or entertaining to you guys that wanted to see some of the old walk down memory lane. Some of us are old enough to remember when these were out, and at the time they were pretty darn cool when they came out. Although you look back at them now and you're like, wow, these models look horrible compared to what they have today, but back in the day it looked pretty cool. So I was having trouble finding my Zote, but I did find my Psyker from Gene Stealer Cult. It was one of the HQs that was a Psyker. And also from Blood Bowl, my orc cheerleader who has really saggy boobs and tassels on her boobs. Back when orcs didn't reproduce via fungus, but they actually sexually reproduced. Yep, she's a hottie. And then, sadly enough, I still have and still kept my original first box of Harlequins. I always loved to look at it for painting guide because I thought it had some really cool paint. Unlike currently GW's trying to like put everything into categories and certain troops have certain color patterns. You can see this one didn't have any color patterns because that's the way that clowns were back then. Is they didn't really have a color pattern. And you can see there was a high avatar, which we're not apparently going to get, and a high warlock, and a solitaire, which we do get. And then they had avatars that led the troops, and then you had other warlocks that and you could tell them because on the back they had the grenade launchers, the hallucinogen grenade launchers on the back. I'll grab one, but you can see the hallucinogen grenade launcher on the back is what you could always tell a warlock from, but not anymore. And then to go really old school, here's the very first edition of Rogue Trader, the hard book. So, and you can see back then, unfortunately, they didn't really know how to make books very well. They always kind of fell apart on you over time, so you kind of had to, that was kind of the way the first one kind of went. But some of the old pictures you can see, oh, who's that? Oh, wow, there's Slan in there. They were kind of alluded to as the old ones, but they kind of disappeared. Good luck trying to find any Slan 40k figures or Rogue Trader figures. This is out there. Some of the old Eldar. But anyway, that's it. If there's any other things that you kind of want to see, let me know and I'll be happy to do it. I'd really like to get to 500 subscribers this year. Definitely any help you guys can do. I guess that'll be my begging. I'm not begging for for a Phantom Titan, but I'm begging for subscribers, and I will give out prizes if I get to 500, and I have a lot of stuff to give out, but yeah. This is Wargamer Sean. Hope you enjoy the video. Take care, guys.
Goodbye. 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 Bye-bye. Goodbye. See ya. Bye for now. Bye for now. Goodbye. I like bottoms.